Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a first perspective on things and how we see them. And today we're going to be talking about Pat McAfee. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday we did a show reacting to some comments that Pat McAfee had to make. Prior to that, Shams had gone on the Pat McAfee show to react to the NBC interview clip that was published by NBC of Michael Jordan, right? And they were on there kind of like poking fun, and then Shams put his foot in his mouth and then got exposed by the entire internet. We did a show about that. But later on in the day, Pat McAfee thought he was being funny and decided he wanted to take some more sly shots at Michael Jordan and crack a few jokes here and there, and we did a show about it. For those of you who didn't hear what Pat had to say yesterday, take a listen to Pat McAfee trying to be slick yesterday talking about Michael Jordan. Take a listen to that.
Michael Jordan, sits down with Michael Tirico. I don't think that's what I thought was going to happen.
No, definitely not.
I didn't think that was it. Now, granted, we got Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Love that we got Michael Jordan. And he said he's paying for it. He's giving back to the game. That's what this is all about and everything like that. And he sit down with Tirico. And it's my dumb brain, and maybe because I'm too simple, I thought he was going to be Wayne Gretzky up there. Like, I thought there was a chance we were going to see him in studio.
That's not you being dumb, because that was the bill of goods that we were certainly sold for a while there. I feel like it was only on Sunday Night Football when they first introduced this that it was like, oh, actually, never mind. This is what he's going to be doing. He's not going to be doing any of the studio stuff.
Yeah, it's Insights to Excellence. He's just sitting down with Tirico, diner at the crib. They're just kind of having a little conversation, going to go through some stuff, which is obviously great to get more content from Michael Jordan. Anytime you get hear Michael Jordan talk, it's great. But that's why I was excited for him live in real time. So on that note, does that change the way you view anything after last night? Or did you feel like the sit down with Michael Jordan, especially in his long form interview style, which Tirico we think is incredibly talented. Tirico's on the Olympics. Tirico's on Sunday Night Football. Tirico on an NBA game is going to feel big.
Awesome.
And congrats to Tirico.
Yeah.
Keep bringing it. Feels big whenever he's on it. Nance feels big.
Yep.
Al Michaels feels big whenever he's on the call. Michael Cole, when he's on the call.
Yeah, always. Bingo.
It feels very big. Who else?
Buck.
Buck is on the call. It's
Buck.
big. Let's see. Anybody we're missing, we do apologize.
Oh, McQuaid.
Fowler's
Herbie.
a big fan. McQuaid. Well,
Herbie's
not
he's got,
He's not play-by-play.
Well, sure, but yeah, you're right.
So I'm talking play-by-play only. Not color comments, please. We are not.
No, yeah.
Okay, I don't even want to get into that. Everybody that does it, we are big fans of. Okay, except for some people that aren't fans of, whoever. But Michael Jordan last night, was that a big deal for you as a diehard Jordan guy to be able to see him just do something with the common game, with the live game?
It was good to see him, but I was with Ty. I thought he was going to be on the desk. I thought he was going to be like you said, like he was going to be Gretzky,
Fools.
give some analyst.
Yeah.
But I will say, when you think of NBC basketball, all I hear is Alan Parsons' project.
So you heard that. So I'm like, okay, Pat McAfee is in the comedy business. So this morning I was looking for what to talk about, and I came across a report here from various sources, but one of the accounts that talked about it was awful announcement saying some ESPN producers tired. Some ESPN producers reportedly tired of Pat McAfee's diva behavior, right? Diva behavior. Says you're not a victim. Then continues on. 3 days after the Pat McAfee took to social media to complain about old white people, including the producer of College Game Day, a news article has published detailing growing frustration and ongoing friction between McAfee and ESPN employees. In a report from Front Office Sports, multiple sources expressed frustration with the former All-Pros punter diva behavior. The comments come in a response video that was posted to McAfee's Instagram stories on Tuesday morning, in which he stated, he says, throughout the entirety, all whites and the old ESPN people over the last 3 years have really hated me. That's who all the producers are of Game Day 2. Okay, totally unnecessary. Grow up and talk to these people to make it better. You're not a victim, one source told Front Office Sports. Everyone is bending over backwards to put you in a good position. And these people are incentivized for you to succeed. Another source told McCarthy that McAfee sometimes acts like an entitled diva. Yet despite their gripes, The sources are well aware that ESPN's management remains a big fan of the West Virginia product. To that end, ESPN president of content Burke Magnus defended McAfee, but also conceded that his style is capable of creating friction. Then went on to say a few other things. Pat McAfee is a creative force. He pushed hard to advance college game day, and his impact has been enormous, Magnus told Front Office Sports. Since he joined ESPN, Game Day as well as his daily show have experienced unprecedented success. Pat is also an innovator. And then it goes on to say for okay, so you understand it. So basically what they're saying there is that Pat McAfee at times can be a nuisance for the network, but he's also making them buku dollars. And because he's making them buku dollars, they're willing to tolerate such behavior. And that sounds about right. Hell, even on First Take, we've heard some comments about what some people have said about Stephen A. Smith in the background. Do you see Stephen A. Smith going anywhere? Do you see him going anywhere? He'll be the first one to tell you that this show is the number one every single month of every single year, every single week, or whatever, however they count their stats. Right? They're not getting rid of him. As a matter of fact, they just offered him a $100 million deal, or they just gave him a $100 million deal. Right? So I guess when you can produce the results, people are going to tolerate you, even your diva behavior. But it's not just on TV; it's even in sports. Look at sports. Some players are divas and all of that, but if they bring in the dollars, they give the results. Teams, coaches are going to tolerate them, right? They're going to tolerate them, and that's what you're seeing there. He's a diva, but he's giving them the numbers, and ESPN is going to tolerate him and tolerate this diva behavior as long as he's producing the ratings that they want. Right. And I could also see a scenario, to be frank with you guys, I could also see a scenario in which they even offer him an extension. Now, I don't know. Pat McAfee has complained quite a bit about some of ESPN's management, key figures and their key executives and ESPN management. And maybe he may decide to take his show and take it somewhere else. Remember, he licensed his show to ESPN. They didn't buy it. It's licensed. So at the end of their agreement, I think the contract they signed at the time was for $85 million. And I think he left FanDuel. Was it FanDuel, one of them? I think it was FanDuel, to go work with ESPN because of their megaphone of a platform that they have. He could also say, you know what, man, I'm just going to take my show somewhere else and go do something else, right? And I'm sure he would do very well for himself. So this is what they're saying about him. But based on what I'm hearing from Burke Magnus, it doesn't really seem like they're going to be making any moves to get rid of him or anything like that or reprimand him. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments and we catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.